Hey guys, it's John from the Visicast. I'm joined by George, who is playing his Death Guard. It's the brand, I quite like that inflection. It's the brand new Death Guard Codex, and I am playing my Dark Angels Ravenwing. It's a fantastic game because we've already played it, I know that. So let's jump into the game.
Okay. Cool. Okay, hey guys, this is my Death Guard list that I'm taking today. It comes in at about 1980 points, so I basically ran out of models. I've had another Plague Marine be in there, but there we are. So the core of it is a battalion detachment. The HQ there is Typhus. He is my warlord, so he's got his living plague trait and psychic powers. He's got gift of contagion and putrescent vitality. My second HQ is a malignant plague caster, and he's got blaze of putrefaction and miasma of pestilence. 3 troop selections. I've got 2 units of 20 poxwalkers and then a big unit of 17 plague marines. So in this unit there are 2 plasma guns. The sergeant's got a plasma gun, a plague sword and a power fist. I'm then going to use, because obviously the multi-part kits aren't out yet, so John's kindly let me do a little bit of proxying. So the 2 other sergeants with power fists are actually going to have flails of corruption, just normal plague marines with flails of corruption, and the blight launcher is going to proxy a guy with an icon of despair. So we'll see how those work out today. So my second detachment is a Vanguard detachment. The HQ in that is a malignant plague caster again. And he's got Miasma of Pestilence and Curse of the Leper. Then 3 elites. I've got a Hellbrute with Twin Las Cannon missile launcher, a Noxious Blightbringer plasma pistol, and he's got a relic. He's got the Dolorous Knell. And then the second Noxious Blightbringer that you see there, I'm actually going to proxy that guy as well. So Red Bell Man is going to be a Tallyman. I've got a few command points on this list, and there's obviously all this exciting new Death Guard stratagems to use, so I'm going to take him along to try and get some of those points back and make the most out of those stratagems. Final detachment is an Outrider, so the HQ there is a Demon Prince with wings. I think there's already been some chat on the net about this, so there's no points cost listed in the back for Demon Prince with wings, but the wings option is in the entry, so I'm taking it. I've just taken the points cost from the index. The non-wing version is the same cost, so I've gone for the 170 for the wing version. That seems pretty fair. He's got 2 Malefic Talons. The model I've lovingly converted has a shooting gun, which is going to be a warp bolter thing. That has dropped off the options, so he hasn't got that, but he's got 2 Malefic Talons. He's got a second relic, so I've spent a command point to get a second relic in the list, which is the Suppurating Plate for a 2-up, and his psychic power is Curse of the Leper. Then the 3 elite slots in that detachment, I've got 3 fetid bloat drones, all with 2 plague spitters, so they're all the same, and that is my third detachment. So it's Battleforged, it's a total of 8 command points, but I've already spent 1, so I'll be starting the game with 7 command points, hopefully pleasing Papa Nurgle for victory.
Okay guys, here is my Dark Angels list, and it is all Ravenwing. We have 2 detachments, starting out with the Outrider detachment, giving me 1 extra command point. We have in HQ slots Samael on a Corvex. Samael has some aura abilities, the main one being rerolls to hit for all Ravenwing within a certain distance. That is all rerolls for shooting and for close combat, so he is awesome as a force multiplier. Next up we have a Librarian on a bike. The Librarian knows Mindworm and Aversion. Moving on to elites, we have a Ravenwing Ancient. The Ancient has an aura ability that gives +1 attack to models in a certain range. Then into fast attack, we have 3-man Ravenwing bike squads. They are all just bog standard. Then we have a 6-man Ravenwing Black Knight squad and a 5-man Ravenwing Black Knight squad. They all have plasma talons. Forgive the minor not WYSIWYG on the grenade launchers. We then have finally a Ravenwing Dark Shroud. And next up we have an Airwing detachment for another command point. In that Airwing detachment we have 3 Ravenwing Dark Talons, and that rounds up the list. We are at 1,995 points, so let's jump into the game. Okay guys, we have been through deployment, so the mission we are playing is Spoils of War. Spoils of War is a maelstrom mission, and basically it means that either person can achieve secure objective cards, which means I could technically steal, as it were, George's secure objective, and he could steal my secure objective mission cards. Additionally, whoever secures the most objectives gets some bonus points at the end. We are in the Dawn of War deployment type, and we've obviously been through deployment as you have seen. I'll talk through very quickly where the objectives are. So we have objective 1 here, objective 3 here, 2 there, 4 there. Which one's that? 5. 5. We're missing a 6.
Are we?
Yeah.
It's under your dude.
6.
6.
That's where all our objectives are. And in terms of deployment, I'll quickly talk through the thought process behind mine, and then George can talk through the thought process behind his. Mine was originally, because I had to place the first drop, and George knows this, it's fairly self-explanatory with this army. The whole army has to stay quite close together because of the aura abilities. So wherever I put my first drop, he knows that's where most of my army has to go.
Classic blob.
Yeah, I thought about kind of feigning it by putting the librarian first, because I could put stuff elsewhere, but once you place that one model you kind of have to keep them together because they all work off each other's abilities. So I went with this location because there's access to a fair few objectives here, quite close. This part of the board is fairly dead in terms of objectives, as you saw, so not really gaining much by going over there. Then when he started placing over there, I pretty much knew he was going to start placing everything over in that corner, which is why I sort of shifted over this side a tiny bit. Everything is within range of the Dark Shrouds. Everything here has -1 when things are shooting at it. The only exception was the flyer to the right, just down here. The reason I placed that flyer outside of all these bubble abilities is these Dark Talons can drop bombs on enemy units. The bombs do up to 10. So you roll up to 10 depending on how many models there are in the unit. So if there are 10 models you would roll 10, 20 models you still roll 10 dice. On 4+s they take mortal wounds, but you have to fight over the unit. So these two were out of range to fly over anything. So I put this one over here so that it could potentially in the first turn fly over either the Plague Marines or some Poxwalkers. However, you would have also seen this, George saved his big Poxwalker blob for his last drop, and with that very cleverly has placed them so that I cannot fly over. I don't have the ability to do so. He knew that was coming.
Pretty smug about that.
It was a very good play, I have to admit. So that's the thought process behind my deployment. George, why did you go up in that corner?
Well, basically, I knew John had less drops, so he's going to be getting a better chance to go first than I am. So I basically wanted to put my Plague Marines in cover because they're probably one of the best shooting objects for John. I wouldn't have any other ways to protect them except giving that little bonus to their save. So that was pretty much the thought process there. And then, as John explained, I wanted to try and minimise damage if John goes first. So protect some units behind this sort of useful line of sight blocking, and stop him getting his flyers in the mix too much by taking up board space. So we'll see how that works out, but that was the plan.
Very nice. Additionally, I just want to say a few things. So obviously Mortarion is not in George's list, however we will have a battle rep in a few weeks because George has Mortarion. It'll be Mortarion versus Guilliman, so make sure you press subscribe because that's coming shortly, you don't want to miss that.
We know which way that's going to go.
Huh?
Or do we?
I think we do.
I'm ready for curb stomping.
We actually don't. I hope there's a curb stomping. Not for any malicious reason, it'd just be quite cool to see. Additionally, we are sponsored by War Games. You've seen their logo. They do discount miniatures, so you can head over to their website, which is linked below. We have some products available through the XLC, so you can buy cheap shipping containers from them, which is quite cool. They also do a load of other scenery. It's all pre-printed, so you just need to put it together, and it's quite cheap, so it's nice. Check that out. I think that's all the shout outs I need to do. Additionally, the mat is from gamemat.eu and the scenery is also from gamemat.eu. Straight out the box, it's really nice. Obviously there's some Warhammer stuff, some official GW stuff mixed in as well to give it some flavour. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So we are also playing some of the rules from the chapter approved book that's coming out ahead of time. Those are, so you guys are aware, that flyers cannot take objectives, that we roll off for first turn. It's just the person who finished their drops first gets +1, and also troops have objectives secured. Obviously I have no troops, doesn't affect me, they're all fast attack variants.
Yeah, I was like, John, this would be good for you because then your troops get obsec, and he was like, what troops? So.
Yeah, don't have any, mate. Yeah. Cheers, appreciate you.
Thinking of you.
So kind. Oh, also, I realised another thing. If you guys have seen any of our previous battle reports, there's one whereby me and George are facing off. He's playing Necrons, I am playing Grey Knights.
Yeah.
I believe it was also on this board.
It was this mat, yeah.
Right, and you also deployed in that same corner.
I know, it calls
just your thing, isn't it?
Yeah, I like being near this beautiful Monkey Island poster.
Monkey Island is a fantastic game. One person has commented on that so far, and the fact that I call the dice tray Guybrush, that's a little reference I was hoping more people would pick up on, but alas, only one person has. So we need to roll off to see who gets first turn. I get +1, so I get 4, you get 4, which means we
roll again. Tense.
Oh! Wait, no, 2-2, yeah. They hit each other.
Oh.
Yes, so I've got first turn.
Unless I can seize.
Unless you can seize, but you can't seize if you don't have dice.
Okay, I mean I can remedy that. So.
Anyway, right, here we go.
Here it comes, big 6.
Not going to happen. 1.
Done.
Is he going to do it? Is he going to do it? Is he
yeah,
going to do it?
Come on, point it.
Ding! Right. 5.
Okay.
Alas. So the Ravenwing are going first.
Does the tally man give me my command point back?
Oh yes, of course. So the tally man allows him to, on a roll of a 7, which it is! Nice! He gets command points back, so he actually hasn't spent a command point. I'll do the reverse command point animation.
Excellent counting.
Brilliant, yes. So the Ravenwing will go first. We should do their movement, and then we'll get over to all their other goodness, like eradicating the Death Guards, for example.
Fat chance.
Dark Angels turn 1. In terms of our objectives, we have Kingslayer, secure objective 3 and secure objective 4. Obviously these two can be claimed by either Warlord. Those objectives, in case you're wondering, 3 is over there, and as you can see I've sent a squad of 3 bikers over there to claim that. Obviously they won't be able to do this turn. 4 is quite luckily next to George, so he'll probably steal that from me next turn. In terms of my movement, we have, so the flyers have moved up. I'm trying to keep everything just on the cusp of being able to shoot at George's army. His range for most of his stuff is 24, pretty much across the board. He has a bit of increased firepower at 18 inches because of his detachment rules. So I'm trying to stay at a good sort of range so I don't take too much firepower. I'm also trying to keep everything in range of aura abilities. So Samael, for his advance, these 3 here have advanced. Samael gets to roll 2d6 instead of just taking 6, as with the normal bike. He rolled a 12, so he got to move like 26
inches. Just a little move.
He hasn't gone the full 26, but he's in range to allow re-rolls to hit on these 2 flyers and these squads of Black Knights, which is obviously really, really good. The back squad of Black Knights has advanced, meaning they have -1 to hit because they're still assault weapons. The front squad hasn't advanced, so they're shooting at their regular ballistic skill. And yeah, that's pretty much in terms of my movement. There is nothing I can do with my psychic because my psychic is out of range, so we'll jump straight over to the shooting phase. To start off with, this back squad that had advanced are going to fire at the Plague Marines just over there. Now, because they've advanced their -1 to hit, I am re-rolling for Samael. Do you have any other abilities that minus to hit? Or modifiers, nothing like that, cool. So rolling to hit on 3s to begin with, re-rolling 2s and 1s. You apply modifiers afterwards, then removing the 3s because you apply modifiers. So all these guys have hit. Strength 7, toughness is 4.
5.
Oh, toughness 5, nice. 3s to wound, very, very poor roll.
Very
just
poor
the
roll.
1 wound.
Minus.
It is -3.
Okay, so I'm a 3-up armor save,
You
so
are
it'll
on
be on
cover.
6, but I'm in cover, so it's a 5. Not saved.
Fails, disgustingly resilient.
Disgustingly
First
resilient.
one on the channel.
No, dead Marine.
One has died.
Next
up we have the squad of Black Knights just in front. They have not advanced, they will be hitting just on 3. So rolling to hit and then re-rolling because of Samael's ability. All hit by 1, rolling to wound on 3, strength 7, toughness 5. So all those wounds.
That's better. So
5 ups, right?
5 ups again.
Passing the 1. And then we have 5 up for disgustingly resilient.
Could do with a few more. That's better.
3 have died, fine. Next up, this back Dark Talon here is going to be firing. He is firing both of his Hurricane Bolters at the Plague Marine squad at the back there, and he is firing his Rift Cannon at the Poxwalkers. The reason he is doing that is because it has a shorter range and they are the only thing I can target, otherwise obviously they'd be going to the Plague Marines. So, first off, Hurricane Bolter shots. They're hitting on 2s because he has strafing run, and I'm re-rolling 1s thanks to Samael's ability. So, they all hit bar 1, and then rolling to wound. I'm wounding on 5s though, because your toughness is 5.
Still, isn't strafing run a modifier?
Yes.
So you wouldn't be able to reroll. Oh no, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Well, yeah. All those wounds.
All those wounds on the Plague Marines?
Yeah, 2+.
Were they 5s to wound, were they?
Yes.
I've got to watch.
Yeah, I've rolled
so 2 armor saves. All passed.
Fine. And on the Poxwalkers we have, so it's D3 shots, heavy D3 for 2. I have moved obviously, so it's -1, so it's going to be hitting on 3s. Would be able to re-roll, but it's a 2 anyway, so it wouldn't count. And then wounding on 2s. Yeah, it's a wound, and it is -3.
No, he is not resilient.
Was that disgustingly resilient? It does 3 damage, so you'd have to roll 3, but obviously you failed 1, it's fine. Then I get to roll a dice on a 3+. Yay! We do an additional, let's double check this. So it is, if a unit suffers damage, roll a dice and consult the damage table above. If the result equals or beats the relevant number in the Rift Vortex column, suffers a further D3 mortal wounds. So D3 mortal wounds for 1, so it's just 1, yep, disgustingly resilient, who passes. Next up we have this flyer who's going to be firing at the Plague Marines. First off, he's planning everything in, the Hurricane Bolters and the Rift Cannon, not in range of Samael's ability to reroll. So the Rift Cannon, we have D3 shots for 2, hitting on 3s because it's a heavy weapon and he moved, both hit, wounding on strength 10, so 2s. 2 wounds, it is -3.
Okay, so 5s.
Yeah, outside of Guybrush.
Yeah,
so
both
they do 3 wounds a pop.
3 flat.
3
okay,
flat.
so the first guy dies.
Dies.
The second guy
dies. And now on a 3+, yeah, we have an additional D3 mortal wounds. For the 1, I'm going to use a command point. I don't have them to use for anything else, so I might as well. Oh, outside of Guybrush. For 2 more mortal wounds, 2 more disgustingly resilient saves. So 1 more dice. Now we are on to the Hurricane Bolters. I highly doubt these are going to do any damage, but I'm not going to not roll them. Hitting on 2s. All hit, and then wounding on
5s.
5s.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, that is actually quite good. 2+ saves because you're in cover.
All passed.
All passed.
That's also good.
Nicely done. Next up, next flyer is going to be firing at the same squad. So we are going to fire his Rift Cannon first, D3 shots for 3. Hitting on 3s because it's heavy, but it moved. All hit. Wounding on 2s. 2 wounds. They are 3 a pop. So the first dude.
Hang on, I'll get an armor save first.
Yes, you do. You do. 5+.
-4.
-3.
-3. So 2 5-up armor saves, pass 1.
Yeah, and 3 disgustingly resilient saves.
No.
1 dies.
1 guy dies.
On a 3+. Nope, failed. So I haven't done his Hurricane Bolter shots, have I?
No.
Cool. So the Hurricane Bolter shots on that one, just 12 because he's not in double tap range. Hitting on 2s because of strafing run. Wounding on 5s. Just the 2 wounds, so 2+.
Pass
Passing
both.
both. You're all good. Heavy Bolter from this is going to be firing at the Plague Marines. 3 shots.
Yep.
Hitting on, it would be on 3s. It's -1 because he moved.
Yep.
And I can't re-roll. I would be able to because of someone else's ability, but it's 3. Then we are strength 5, toughness 5, so we're only on a 4. 1 wound. It's -1, isn't it? Passes anyway.
Passes it.
Cool. I think we're at our final bit of shooting. So these 2 squads here, they did not advance. 5 of them are in range of the Poxwalkers, the other ones aren't. So we're going to roll to hit. So I'm going to hit on 3s, out of range of someone else's ability, so don't get to re-roll. Wounding on Poxwalkers, a toughness 3, I imagine.
Toughness 4 because of typhus.
Very nice. 4's to wound. There you go.
Disgusting resilient rolls.
Yeah.
4 die.
Cool. So they have a 7+ save. The only way you can get a regular save off them is for them to be in cover. That, I believe, is it. There's no point in me carrying any charges because I can't make anything. Looking at our objectives for Dark Angel's turn 1.
Morale first.
Oh, of course. Can they fail?
So the Poxwalkers don't have to take their fearless. Plague Marines can, but I'm going to spend 2 command points to not take the test because I've lost 8 models, I think. Yeah.
Oh wow, so you would almost definitely take additional.
Yeah, so there's my 2.
2 command points.
On a 7, I get them back.
Yeah. So you roll 7 twice. So
oh, 6. It's a 6. No, so I lose 2 points.
Surely you roll. Do you not roll for each command point?
No, you roll for the stratagem. You get all the points for the stratagem back.
Very nice. Okay. That is it for Dark Angel's turn 1. In terms of our objectives, I'll just show you very quickly. None have been secured. George will almost definitely be securing secure objective 4 next turn, and I will probably be getting secure objective 3 next turn. But we shall move over to Death Guard, turn 1. The cards that George has drawn: defend objective 1, defend objective 3, and secure objective 6, which obviously I could potentially steal. Objective 1 is just here. 3, which is another defend one, is up there. And it was secure objective 6, wasn't it? Which is right next to the card. So unfortunately, all kind of in my possession, which is fairly unfortunate. Obviously, George will, at the end of this turn, however, steal from me objective 4, as he has moved his Poxwalkers up onto that. Do you want to talk us through your movement and your thought process behind that?
Yeah, so I mean it's pretty straightforward. Advance up the board. Wanted to make sure I got on 4, and I kind of need to push John back a bit so that I've got a chance of picking up some objectives later in the game, as well as tritting his ability to put damage on me. So advanced all 3 boat drones around. These 2 are just in range of this squad, which is happy days. All the Poxwalkers advanced, so they're looking nice and close to John. I brought the Hellbrute round the corner, so he's got some lines of sight. Just about see him there. He's popped out round the side to have some shots, and all the sort of various characters moved up in the middle. The Demon Prince has got an option on a charge potentially, so I'll sort of see how this turn goes and how aggressive I'm feeling with him. And then the Plague Marines have just shuffled forward to give themselves a decent range of shooting. Yeah, so we'll see how that goes really.
Nice. Okay, we are now into the psychic phase for the Death Guard. George, what are you casting, mate? Don't feel you have to cast anything. No.
Well, actually, I'm in the end of my movement phase.
Oh, okay.
So I was just saying as we cut there. So I'm using a stratagem, Cloud of Flies, on this Death Guard Plague Marine unit. So what that means, until the start of my next movement phase, enemy models can only target that unit if they are the closest.
Oh, nicely done, mate.
So on a 7, I get that command point back. Oh, 8.
So close.
So close. We're going to start off with Putrescent Vitality. This is being cast by Typhus, so this is +1 strength and toughness, and he's doing that on this front running Poxwalker unit. Yep. So casting value of 6. That's cast on 10.
On a 10. You can have it.
Okay. So
I'm a generous man, George. You should know this by now.
Okay, he's also going to cast Smite.
Yep.
Which is going to hit this flyer.
Oh! It goes off on a 5.
Just 5.
Oh! Ah, you can have it.
Okay. 2 mortal wounds.
2 mortal wounds, so he's down 2. I'll double check how many he's down to. What's up next?
Then we're going to go to my Malignant Plague caster with the red cloak. Yeah. Which is this guy. He's going to do Smite as well. Okay. It's going to be hit the same flyer. That's not cast. Yeah, we'll live with that.
He was thinking about using a command point, guys.
And we're going to pass Miasma of Pestilence on this same unit here, which is buff to stop them being hit. So that's -1 full hit rolls targeting that unit. So that's gone off on 10.
How many more powers do you have to cast?
I've cast 4.
You have 3 left.
Got 3 left.
Have that, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, we're going Gift of Contagion. Yeah. Which takes 1 off the toughness of a unit. Okay. And I'm going to target. Oh no, sorry. It's you roll on the table and it does something to the unit. Right. I don't know what. And I'm going to cast that on this unit, Black Knights.
Go for it.
That's not cast. Okay. Fine. And then his second power is going to be Smite. It's going to hit this guy. Yeah. It has cast on 7.
Is this your last power?
Got 1 left.
Okay. What spells haven't you cast?
So the remaining Psyker is my Demon Prince. He has Curse of the Leper and he has Smite.
What does Curse of the Leper do?
Roll 7 dice. For each one that exceeds the toughness characteristic, mortal wound.
And my toughness. So you want to reduce my toughness and then use it? Aren't you clever, George?
Or do I?
No, you do. Considering that's a moderately lowish roll, was this cast on 7?
That's cast on 7. That was smite though.
Yeah. Oh, this was smite?
Yeah, I failed gift contagion.
Oh, you failed taking my thingy down. In that case, you can have it.
Okay, so that's D3 mortal wounds.
He's on 8, yeah.
Guy, so it's 2 more.
Cool, he's on 6.
And then finally, my Demon Prince is going to cast smite as well.
Can he only cast 1?
Yeah, 9.
I was saving my dice.
I know.
8.
Wasted. 2 more.
He's down to 4.
That is the end of my psychic phase.
I can only deny 1, so I was obviously waiting for the most powerful one. Why didn't you cast it? Is it because it was on 6s you thought you'd probably do more damage with the smite?
Yeah,
Fair
exactly
enough.
that.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
Cool, end of psychic phase, shooting phase.
Yes, so we're going to start off with the fetid bloat drones.
Yeah.
This one, so 2d6 hits from its...
Who are you going into?
Sorry, against this unit here.
Fine. So they're essentially flamers, right?
Yeah, they're flamers. So strength 6, so winning on 3s, and they are minus 1 AP.
4s, passing 1, failing 1. 1 is down to 1 wound. I'll probably do the front one, there you go.
Yeah. So the second guy, 4 again. Oops, winning on 3s, 3 wounds, minus 1 AP.
So we've lost 2. I am going to remove this model and then we're going to jump back to the one at the rear because I don't want to kill my Huntsmaster. There you go.
Rear. Okay, we've then got no, he advanced. Forgot to move him. That went
Do you
well.
want to move him now?
Yeah, there he is. He still can't shoot. So then we've got the Plague Marine squad. They're going to shoot the Black Knights as well.
Cool. You're on minus 1 to hit because of the Dark Shroud.
Okay, well I'm going to use another stratagem.
Okay, bidding.
Ding, which I've lost the card for.
Yeah.
So Veterans of the Long War, which gives them +1 to wound rolls. So I'm using that on that unit.
Very nice.
On a 7, it's free. No! Cost me a command point. Tallyman is losing count. Okay, so we've got 3 plasma guns in there. They're going to fire supercharged.
You're going to supercharge.
Yeah. So they're hitting on 3s.
Oh, 1 day's more wound.
Rerolling that because the Demon Prince lets me reroll 1s to hit.
Not as fun. Not as fun.
Yeah.
Minus 1 to hit as well, so the 3 misses.
Oh, so it does. Thank you, John.
Can I remind you? I've got to.
Winning on 3s. So it's 2 wounds at minus 3.
Yeah, so 6 plus saves. Nope. So we have lost 1, and 1 is down to 1 wound.
2 damage a pop. So
Oh,
supercharged.
of course. Yeah, 2 have died. So him and him, leaving only 2 in the squad.
Right. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So there's 4 normal bolters in there.
Yep.
And guys, what I forgot to probably explicitly mention, because of my detachment bonus, I can rapid fire at 18 inches, which is pretty cool.
Imagine you go into the same Black Knight unit.
Same Black Knight unit, yeah. Sorry, I did not make that clear.
Misses, yeah, you're good. And you get +1, so essentially you're wounding on 4s. Yeah.
2 wounds.
Cool, and they are 3 plus saves.
Yeah.
Failing 1, so 1 is down to 1 wound, which I'll do this dude here. What's up next?
Okay, that's the shooting there. So now we are, I think the last thing left is the Hellbrute.
Yeah.
He's going to have a pop at the Dark Talon.
This?
No, I didn't mean Dark Talon.
Dark Shroud. Okay, fine, yeah.
So it's 4s to hit. Oh, it's 3s normally, so it'd be 4s.
4s, yeah.
Yeah. Again, detachment bonus. He can move and shoot heavy weapons that are modified to his BS.
Cool.
So we're hitting on 4s with 2 las cannons.
Oh, that's not good. That's not good.
Strength 9. Toughness 6.
Yeah. Oh, thank God.
1 wound.
Okay.
Minus 4.
Yeah, no save. D6. 1.
I'm going to command point that.
Okay.
For 4.
4, okay.
Do I get my command point back? No.
No. He is down to
2.
5 wounds.
Okay, and missile launcher? Misses.
Cool. That's it for your shooting, right?
That, because he's out of range and nothing else has guns.
Just so you guys can see, sorry, I appreciate you couldn't see just then, the Dark Shroud was just here. So he's now down to 5 wounds.
So you got 8, has it?
9.
9.
9, yeah.
Yes,
It's actually quite good. Assault phase. Do you have any assaults to declare?
Yeah, I'm tempted to go ballsy here.
We have this Demon Prince. He has flies. We can obviously go over the Poxwalkers, and he can assault a flying unit. Charging that, we need a roll of 8 for him to get in.
Overwatch?
Nah. No, I will. So we have, let's do the rift cannon first, D3 shots for 3, hitting on 6s with re-rolls, thanks to Samael. Oh, one is outside of Guybrush Threepwood. No, you saw a 6 as well, didn't you?
Yeah.
I did see it. Hurricane bolters, first batch, hitting on 6s, re-rolling failed misses because of Samael's ability. So, and obviously they are in rapid fire range, so I'll roll these to wound. Your toughness?
6 or 7.
Wounding on 5s, no wounds. And then we have the second batch of 12, hitting on 6s with re-rolls thanks to Samael's ability. So 6s, not a single one, re-rolling to hit. Thank you. We have 3, and then again wounding on 5s.
Yeah, he is toughness 6, everyone.
Cool. Yeah, no wounds. You're all good.
Okay, so looking for an 8.
See how badly you fail the charge. Oh, 2 inches. The story of your life, 2 inches too short.
Also, sod you. Okay, I'm gonna let that go for now.
Fine.
Yeah.
Is there anything else?
No, that's the end of my phase.
Okay.
So I score 4.
4.
Yeah, and I'm gonna.
Yes, you've secured objective 4.
Yeah, and I'm gonna discard. Oh, do you want to look at the cards when I do this?
Yes, can you not discard secure objective cards? I don't think in this mission type.
Yeah, I'm not going to. I'm going to discard a defend.
Cool. Which one? 1 or 3?
I think
I
it
suppose it doesn't make
matter.
too much of a difference. 1 is probably you've got less chance.
Yeah,
so.
let's chuck 1.
So that is gone, and this has been achieved, but it's been achieved by George. So George goes up to 1 victory point, and I remain on 0. So we'll move over to Dark Angels, turn 2. Dark Angels turn 2. We have Kingslayer as we had before. Secure objective 3, defend objective 5. I will be discarding defend objective 5 at the end of my turn. However, secure objective 3 was obviously from last time. I now have that over in that corner just there. Indeed. And I can steal George's secure objective 6, which I have done.
Boo.
Here, which is good. In terms of my movement now, I'm going to talk through this before you all tell me I'm rubbish. So, the Dark Talons have done what they should do. They have flown over units dropping their bombs. George has moved forward, allowing me space to fly over. These 2 Dark Talons over here have flown over the Plague Marine unit. Obviously his power doesn't allow me to target with shooting. However, the bombs take place after in the movement phase, so it doesn't target for the purpose of shooting, so I can still drop those on him. And obviously one of those is closest to the Plague Marines anyway, so you can now shoot at those. And the third one to the left hand side has moved over the Poxwalkers, and we'll probably be dropping a bomb on them. Now, back here, these guys are obviously back for the objective. The Dark Shroud, I thought, well, if I'm moving these guys in, I don't want to be with... It's giving it away to put it in there, and it doesn't give any benefit if they get stuck in combat, which is their goal. So I brought him back to defend these 2 a little bit, and obviously you know why they're over there. These guys here, I'll tell you what I've done and why I've done it. So I could quite easily move them back to an 18-inch range, which is where their firepower is equally as effective as at close range, and just shoot at George's stuff. George isn't that manoeuvrable as an army, and his range is mainly 24. He hasn't got much shooting. So I could pull back and just keep shooting him. I think that would be quite boring as a game, and I think it might lead to it being very one-sided. So what I've done is George doesn't agree. But I want the game to be good and not a tabling, because we have quite a few. I'm not saying I would table him in that instance, I'm just saying it would be the equivalent of holding a dwarf at arm's length and kicking him in the nuts.
I think John overestimates his
Maybe I do overestimate it, you might be right. Although I don't think it would wipe you out straight away, but it would be like over the course of turns you couldn't hit me back because I'm keeping you at arm's length essentially. So what I'm doing for thematic reasons is just charging straight into the Poxwalkers. They are probably going to die, I imagine. I might be wrong, hey ho, but yeah, that's what I've done. So when we move over to the psychic phase, my librarian, who is just here, has Mind Worm and has Aversion. He is going to cast Aversion onto the Plague Marines. It has a warp charge value of 6. See if it goes off. Goes off with an 8.
I'm going to try and deny with Pick a Psyker.
Yeah.
No.
No, so they have -1 to hit. As they are your main shooter unit at present, I figure I might as well. Next up, there's no point in casting Smite because it's just going to go to the Poxwalkers, so I am going to cast Mind Worm. I'm going to select enemy within 12 inches of Psyker. Can I select your Demon Prince? This is a character thing, work with psychic powers.
Only shooting.
Cool. So I'm going to select him. Basically, if it passes on a warp charge value of 6, so let's see, otherwise we don't have to read the rest of it, it does go off. I'm going to use a command point to be rolled 2 though, just to get it a bit higher, because 6 is quite easy. It goes off on a 9, see if you deny it. Nope.
Oh, I saw a 6.
So the unit suffers a mortal wound, so he's taking a mortal wound, disgustingly resilient on a 5+, obviously.
Yep,
fine. And may only be chosen to attack in the fight phase after all other eligible units have made their attacks.
Okay.
The only reason I've done that is George could heroic intervention in. I probably would, and then he's known to have paid points to attack before me. That's happened before, hasn't it?
I do love doing that to you.
Yeah, so I'm basically making sure that can't really happen, or it will happen eventually, but you know. That is it. Sorry, end of my movement phase. We need to do the bombs on the Dark Talons. So we are going to start dropping bombs on the Plague Marine squad. How many are in the squad now?
9.
9. Okay, so I only get to roll 9 dice. So on 4 pluses, you take mortal wounds. So we have 3 disgustingly resilient saves. 3 die.
Ouch.
Taking the squad down to
6.
Okay, and then the second one, we have another 4 disgustingly resilient saves.
That's good rolling, John.
It's alright. Oh, that's not good rolling, George. Do you even
3,
roll
7,
row?
there's 2 left. Owie!
Yeah, I think that's the Plague Marines are going to die.
Yeah.
And next up we have, so this is going to be 10, the one that flew over the Poxwalker squad. You said there are 2 different squads there, right, George?
Yep.
He is going to drop it on the squad that isn't going to be charged by these guys right in front. I don't know how the squads are made up.
There's a blue squad here, yeah. This is the green one.
It's this one here. Has he flown over anyone from that squad?
He's flown over both, yeah.
Okay, so he'll drop it on the one that the Black Knights aren't going to charge.
The blue one?
Yes, the blue one.
One on this side of the screen.
Yeah, 4s. Yeah, 4 disgustingly resilient. 3 die.
These have not been good disgusting resilient rolls.
Bombs are 1 use only, so they are gone for the rest of the game. Now we move over to the shooting phase. First off, this guy here is going to fire at the Plague Marines. He is first off going to fire his Hurricane Bolters. We now have 24 shots because he is in rapid fire range, hitting on 2s. No rerolls or anything. This is the first batch of 12, wounding on 5s. For a total of
2 wounds.
2 wounds.
Saved.
Passing both. And then the second batch of 12, I think this is 12 dice, hitting on 2s.
Nice.
4, yeah, they all hit. And then winning on 5s. If I can fit them in my hands. We have, picking up the misses, 5s, just 2 wounds.
4.
2, 4?
There's 2 dice
Yeah,
here?
2, yeah.
Yeah, I've picked 2 up already.
Ah, fair. 1 fails, 1 disgustingly resilient. Oh, outside of Guybrush Streetwood. Oh, we're down to 1 Plague Marine, and we haven't had First Blood yet, so this is potentially First Blood. The Rift Cannon has D3 shots for 1. I'm going to spend a command point to re-roll that to give me 1. And then we are going to hit on a 3. Come on. Oh, yeah. It's a 2. Oh, George just hit alive. So yeah, alas, we are down to 2 command points, and unfortunately, there's nothing else I can shoot him because
because of my stratagem.
Because of your stratagem. So we're going to move on to the next bit of shooting. So, moving down, the Dark Talon you can see in the back there, his Rift Cannon is going into your Hellbrute, and his other guns are going to go into the Poxwalker squad, the blue squad. Yep. So we'll do, he's in rapid fire range, so 2 lots of 12, hitting on 2s. This is his
misses.
His thingies, and then wounding on 4s. They've got +1 strength to their toughness, they're 4, yeah? Yep. There you got those disgustingly resilient saves.
Passing 2,
yeah,
2
so
die.
2 die. And then we have some more Hurricane Bolter shots coming in. Gotta love the firepower of Hurricane Bolters, man.
Yeah.
And the next batch.
Oh, is his BS damaged because he's on 4 wounds?
Ah, yes. Shall we, because I've already rolled, we'll say it's this one. They're both going to target exactly the same unit, so it doesn't really make too much of a difference. But yeah, thank you for reminding me. and then wounding on 4s. You. 3.
They're wounding on 5s though, because they're T5 that unit. No. Oh. Disregard.
Okay.
No, we've not changed the unit we're shooting. It's the other unit.
Yes, it's, yeah.
So 1 dice.
Cool. Right, next up we'll do the rift cannon next on the Hellbrute. So rift cannon, D3 shots.
Pew!
For 1 again. Hitting on a 3. Yeah. It's +1, but it's heavy, so it just remains at 3. And what's next?
Wounding on a 3.
Yeah.
Unless it's strength 4. No.
Strength 10.
No, wounding on a 3.
No, it doesn't wound. The next one, the one with the reduced ballistic skill.
Yeah.
Is going to fire exactly the same targets. So we have Poxwalkers. Hitting on. So it goes 5, but it's +1, so it's on 4s. +1 for strafing run. Wounding on 4s.
Yep.
3 wounds.
2.
Yep. And the next batch of 12 hitting on 4s. Wounding on 4s. For a total of 5. 5 disgustingly resilient. These are 5+ saves after the fact.
Bosh. No, 4.
Losing another 4, and the rift cannon on that one going into the Hellbrute. We have outside of Guybrush Threepwood, we have 3 shots. Ballistic skill is 5. It goes up by 1 to 4, but then it's reduced because he moved its heavy weapon, so he's hitting on 5s indeed. 1 hit, wounding on 3. Yep, 1 wound. It is -3, so it's a 6+ save.
It is.
Which you fail, and 3 damage, so 3 disgustingly resilient saves.
It doesn't have it.
He doesn't have it. Cool. He has lost 3 wounds. Next up, so there are 6 of these guys going into, let's just say, the closest one. Hitting on 3s, re-rolling for Samael's ability. No other modifiers. So all bar 1. They are strength 7. Your toughness is 7, right?
7, yeah.
Cool.
Forced wound.
So we have that many wounds. I probably should have supercharged these, but I didn't. Hey ho, it's my bad.
-3.
Yeah.
So 6 up saves.
Passing 2. Do they have disgusting resilient?
They do.
Very nice.
Disgusting resilient.
Outside of Guybrush. Oh, nicely done.
1
so
wound.
yeah, it just has 1 wound.
So that leaves him on 9.
Nicely done, mate.
Nice.
Samael is going to fire at the same guy. Samael, I think he is going to supercharge. If you supercharge, you just take a mortal wound, or is the model slain?
I have no idea. Oh, what? Read the description.
The bearer is slain. I could kill Samael just by rolling a 1. I'm not going to supercharge his plasma cannon. So he's firing his plasma cannon at him, and he's firing his twin stormbolter at the, let's say, the Poxwalkers in front of him. So the plasma cannon, heavy D3 shots for 1, hitting on a 2. Actually, no, he's not hitting on a 3 yet.
Yeah.
So he misses, but he gets to re-roll because of his own ability.
No, modifiers after. Rerolls 4 modifiers.
You're correct. You are correct. So he does miss with that. Then we have 8 shots. Rapid Stormbolter, rapid fire 4, mate. Onto the Poxwalkers.
Which squad was it, sorry?
Poxwalkers. Let's say I'd said in front of him. Hitting on 2s, re-rolling 1s, or re-rolling any misses, and then wounding on 4s.
5s. They are toughness 5.
Ah, okay. There you go.
So.
Oh, sorry. It's my bad.
1 dice.
Yeah, cool. That is Samael done. We'll get on to the Ancient. He is going to shoot at this bloke drone over there. He is not going to supercharge because I'm scared. So yeah, he hits with both. You're fine, and then wounds on 4s. No wounds. What else shall we do? These 2 here are also going to fire at that bloke drone. They are going to supercharge.
Oh,
hitting
check them
on
out. Ballsy.
3s. Re-rolling misses. Yeah, you're all good. Wounding on 3s. Cool. -4, I believe, isn't it?
No, so it's +1 strength and damage.
Ah, okay, fine.
So I save none.
Cool, and they do 2 damage each. So that's 6 disgusting resilient saves in total.
Yeah, so, oh dear. Fail 2, fail 2, pass 1.
So he's taken 5 wounds in total.
On 4.
Cool. Librarian finally is going to fire at the Poxwalker squad, the less tough Poxwalker squad. I've learnt my lesson. Hitting on 3s, re-rolling. for Samael's ability. Actually, no, he is not Ravenwing, so he doesn't get to reroll.
Ah.
Oh, actually, he is chapter. I think he rerolls ones. Anyway, winning on 4s because they don't have plus toughness. There you go. Saves.
1 dice.
Passing 1. Right, we still have a little bit more shooting. We are going to fire these guys here into the Poxwalker squads. They'll have to go into the one that has the superior toughness. Hitting on 3s, no rerolls. And then they are wounding on 4s. 1 wound, 1 disgusting resilient save.
This is one with superior toughness?
Sorry, not. And then the other one, yeah.
I mean, you said it yourself.
I did literally say it myself. Wounding on 5s. 1 wound.
Yeah, 1 wound. Save.
Pass. That is it for my shooting assault phase.
Bosh.
Your Poxwalkers have no overwatch.
No
so
shooting.
I lose nothing by charging. So everything here is going to charge into the Poxwalkers. They're going to charge. Okay, I just want to give you a very quick summary of what's happened. So from a Dark Angel's perspective, I hit first. Each Black Knight has 2 attacks. Huntsmaster has 3, plus 1 for the Ancient. So they were rolling a lot of dice and re-rolling for Samael's ability. They have plus 1 on their Corvus Hammers, making them strength 5. 1 damage a pop, but if I roll 6s, I do D3 damage. So I put this whole squad into the Demon Prince, and I think, how many wounds did I do? Like 2?
5, 6, 7. You did 3?
3 wounds in total. However, I didn't know this. That Demon Prince reflects wounds, mortal wounds, back at me. How does that work?
So every time I make an armor save on a 4 up or better, the unit doing the wound takes a mortal wound.
Yeah, and that killed
a guy and a half.
Yeah, guy and a half. Then I did quite a bit of damage to the Poxwalkers because they're going to die quite quickly. So there's only 6 of those Poxwalkers left. They are fearless. They don't need a leadership test.
They did kill a bike off and put a wound on the Ancients. They did pretty well.
They did
all right.
all right.
There was like 7 of them.
Yeah. Then the Demon Prince attacked. Unfortunately, didn't roll that well, so killed another 2.
2.
Now, we are into the morale phase. This is slightly different. This is another Death Guard bit of flavour.
Yeah, so my Blightbringer here has the Dolorous Knell relic. So every unit within 7 inches at the start of the morale phase, which is all of these guys, on a 6 they're going to take a mortal wound. Yeah. So we'll start with this unit. No. Ancient. No. Librarian. No. Samael. Come on. This unit. Ah, I saw it.
Right, fantastic ability. Sorry you didn't see those rolls, but there were no 6s. I didn't frame the camera properly.
Oh no.
And so what else happens? You have some modifiers, because I need to take morale test.
So he's also putting you he's got a bubble, the same 7-inch bubble is a -1 leadership. So this unit, which is leadership 8, is now 7.
Yes.
Lost 3 models.
Yes.
So they are now going to take a leadership check, but they're also taking it on 2 dice and discarding the lowest.
What's doing that? Is it the same?
Same relic.
Same aura ability?
Well, it's his aura plus the relic means the 2 dice.
Okay, so discard the lowest. That's 5.
So you've rolled 8.
Yeah, which means 1 would die.
1 would die.
I might as well. And they shall know no fear. I can re-roll.
Yes.
FAQ. I'd have to re-roll both, right?
Yeah.
So. No one dies.
Nah, curses.
George, you're gonna. So basically, end of the turn, we're about to top up points. 1 guy left.
He's lost 8 guys.
Yeah, so
can't pass.
He can't pass. If he dies, that's it. I get first blood. If George spends 2 command points, his last 2 command points, might I add, he stops me getting first blood.
So I'm going to spend them. There they are.
That's happened.
Cool. On a 7.
You getting back?
I'm getting back. Go, Tallyman. Yeah!
Oh my god! Nice. Nicely done, George.
Worth it.
It was totally worth it, man. You stopped me getting first blood. That is a good move. So I am discarding defend objective 5. Boom, that's gone. I have secured objective 3 for a victory point, and I have secured objective 6 from George.
There's your SN Battle Reports dice, mate.
SN Battle Reports.
Keep track of that.
SN Battle Reports.
SN Battle
Keep
Reports.
saying it so they invite me back.
Yeah.
I do genuinely want to go back because it was amazing. You should check out their events. They are fantastic.
Yeah, really cool stuff that Steve and the team run there.
This is true. That's pretty much it, isn't it?
Yeah. So yeah.
Death Guard turn 2.
Death Guard turn.
Do you have problems rolling dice? Do you hate that questionable rolling technique? Well, those issues are things of the past. With the Visicast Dice Tower from the XLC. Roll 6s on all of your dice, all of the time. All this and more, just follow the link in the description below. Cards for Death Guard turn 2 have been drawn. George, do you want to talk us through?
Yeah, so I picked out no prisoners, which should have a good chance of getting this turn by smashing some of these Ravenwing fools. Discussing Devotion is the other one I've drawn, which is one of the Death Guard unique ones. It's pretty cool. So there's a couple like this, which involve you like keeping tallies. So this one, it's the number of saves you make, Discussing Resilience saves. Don't think I'm going to get this one done because that was kind of last turn. But there's another one which is like the number of models you kill, which is really cool. Although bad news if you're a Horde army, because the maximum you can score on that is 7 victory points, which is huge.
What?
Yeah. So so not this card, but the card, one of the other cards.
See, yeah.
It's every model you kill, each seven models is worth 1 victory point, up to a total of 7 VPs.
That's impressive.
So if you've got like the guy that puts the 50 conscripts on the board, and you can get them off in a turn, you score 7 VPs.
That's amazing.
Which is really cool. But it's also like the whole Nurgle tally man, like keeping the tote, how many are killed. So it's pretty cool. Anyway, so coming over, I think John's going to pan the camera up so you can see.
Yeah. What's this? This is before your movements even happen.
So start of my phase, everyone that's within 7 inch of Typhus or a Lord of the Contagion, they start infecting you with their, each unit will start infecting you with their mortal Nurgle rot stuff. So any units within 1 inch of a model that's within, or a unit, sorry, that's within 7 inches of him, start the turn, it's a 4-up to take a mortal wound.
Go for it.
So this unit is within 1 inch of 2 units with the rule, so it's 2 rolls, they take a mortal wound.
Yeah.
And then in turn, each of these is all within 1 inch of the Poxwalker, so it's a 4-up each. So the Ancient takes 1, the Librarian doesn't, Samael doesn't, and this unit does. So that polishes off that guy there.
Nicely done.
So it's just tallying up a few more mortal wounds for Nurgle. Right, we'll get into my movement phase. So all the Blight drones have come up here. They don't like the look of this guy, so they're going to see what they can do here. The sole surviving Plague Marines toddle down the tower. And then the sort of blue Poxwalker units come around the corner here. All my characters have shuffled up, the main aim being to get Typhus in, so they've all moved out of his way. But whilst moving as close as possible for some sort of charges. There's going to be all the psychic phase first, so there'll be less units, I reckon, by the time we come to do that. So we'll see how that all goes. And then the Hellbrute has stayed stationary over here, and that will soon become readily apparent why I've done that. So let's roll into psychic phase, I think. Okay, so we're going to start with the Demon Prince.
Yeah.
He's going to cast Curse of the Leper, which will hit this unit.
What does it do?
This is the 7 dice, 4-ups, do mortal wounds.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's double 1 perils.
Oh, he has perils.
What?
That's going to be D3 mortal wounds. So I will take that. He takes D3 is 1. And he Disgusting Resilience it.
Nice.
Loves the warp like it was his own.
Yeah.
Okay, then we'll come to, where is he? Red guy.
Yeah.
Red guy is going to cast Miasma of Pestilence,
which does
-1 to hit rolls.
Yeah.
And that's going to go on the green Poxwalker unit.
Yeah.
That fails as well. Curses. And he's going to cast Smite, which is going to go on this unit.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Perils as well.
D3
for 2.
Disgusting Resilient.
Yeah.
Pass this one, takes a wound.
Yeah.
I'll find a dice for that in a sec. Don't let me forget, John.
Yeah.
Right. Good. This is going well.
I'm not going to forget, George. I'm getting a few now just because I'm efficient.
White Cloak guy. He's going to do Gift of. Sorry, no, wrong guy. He's going to do Blades of Putrefaction.
What does this do?
This adds 1 to wound rolls made in the fight phase.
Cool.
Yeah, and it gets me some bonus mortal wounds. So he's going to cast this on Typhus.
Yeah.
That's gone off on 10.
Off on 10. That's the chance of me reducing or denying that is slim. How many more powers have you got to cast?
I've got 1, 2, 3.
Okay, I'm going to let you have it. The chance of denying a 10 is slim.
And that is the Psyker Malignant Playcaster's cast on more than 7, so he does something with a mortal wound. We'll double check that in a sec.
Okay.
But we'll come back to that. His second power is going to be Smite, which is going to hit this lone guy here. That's gone off. Okay, D3 mortal wounds for 1.
He's still alive.
Okay, cool. But that's also gone off on 8, so we'll work that out in a sec. And then finally, Typhus is going to cast Gift of Contagion on the Poxwalker unit, the green unit. This is the plus Strength and Toughness. It's gone on 10.
Okay, I'm going to try and deny that. No.
And finally, he's going to cast Smite, which is going to hit this guy.
Yeah.
Although actually, this is where we probably need to do this first. I'll cast it and we'll work it out in a sec.
Fails anyway.
Fails. Okay. Yeah, so the rule is if you cast on a 7 or more with a Malignant Playcaster, the nearest enemy unit suffers a mortal wound. So 1 will kill him and the next one will go on the Ancient and knock him down to 2.
Done.
For mortal wound lols.
Yep.
That is the end of the psychic phase.
Shooting phase.
Okay, yeah, we can roll straight into it. So I'm going to spend a command point to do a fire frenzy with my Hellbrute.
Yeah.
So on a 7 I get that command point back.
No,
I do not.
Down to 1, George.
1 left. 1 left. Okay, this means he gets to fire twice, provided he shoots the closest unit. So we've got 4 last cannon shots and 2 missile launcher shots. We'll go into that Dark Talon. So 4 last cannon shots.
Hitting on 4s,
yeah.
-1, yeah.
And 2 missile launcher shots. Lols.
Oh.
Okay. So last cannons first. 1 wounds.
Yeah.
-4.
Well done, no save.
D6. 1 wound.
How many, has he lost any wounds, that one?
No, he's got 3 left now.
Okay.
2 missile launcher shots,
yeah.
wounding on 3s, 1 wound, -3 or -2, can't remember. Doesn't save it. D6. No, he's got 1 left.
1 wound left, yeah, yeah.
Oh, that's a shame.
The Emperor protects.
I've heard that before somewhere.
Yeah, it's like a thing.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure someone said that was a thing once.
Yeah, it's a
thing. Oh, it's all the feated bloat drones are going to shoot this guy.
Okay.
I'm just going to do them all at once. There's 66 shots.
Yeah. They're flamers, they automatically hit.
Yeah, sorry, 66
That's a lot of ones.
Yeah, it's a shame.
Well, it's 2 ones.
10, 15, 17.
17.
Yeah,
17
4,
hits.
5, 6.
That's fine. This
7.
is fine. This is fine.
You got 4 more dice over there?
Nah,
6.
I've got 3. Oh, 4's the wound.
Oh, there's some 3s there.
There's a lot of 3s.
Oh,
okay.
-1.
So 4 plus saves. Please make all of these. Felling 3.
That's not too bad.
1 damage each.
1 damage each.
Ah, that's okay. It's down to 7.
That did not go as well as I needed it to.
Also, we had First Blood, so I'm gonna. First Blood was on that one there from the psychic phase. So I'm gonna up George to 2 victory points. Okay. What's up next? We're in. Well, is that all you're shooting?
Yeah, I think we can do some charges now.
What are you going to charge? Okay,
so the Dreadnought can't do that. That doesn't matter. These 3 are going to fly this. Which one first? So the one on 4 wounds is going to go first. Okay, so I'm going to Rift Cannon for 3, hitting on 6s. 3 6s, mate. None. And then we are going to use his Hurricane Bolters. So, Hurricane Bolters. We're doing this twice, hitting on 6s. 4. Wounding on 5s. 2 wounds. 3 up armor saves. Oh. Disgusting resilient. Oh. 2 wounds. He's on 2. I could do this. You could do this. And then 6s, just the 1. You can't do this. No wounds. So none of them can fail, so they are all in. Yep. There we go. And then down here, this unit, Plague Walker, Poxwalker is going to charge the engaged units. There's no Overwatch. No, move in. Actually, I need to roll it just to see if I can get the back guys in. Yeah. They'll all be in. We'll move them in a sec. Right, this is the major one for me. So Typhus is going to charge in. Who's he charging? Samael is the target. Okay. Here we go. 5. That is enough. Yeah, that is definitely enough. You get -2 because you have to go over terrain. Oh, that's the thing. That is a thing. It's still enough. Let's get with also, are these guys in combat? Yes. Have they already? Oh, they don't move up until the actual fight phase. Correct. Yeah. Cool. So he's in just about. I'm then going to charge Bell Guy at the. Oh, actually, am I going to charge Bell Guy? Yeah, I'm going to charge Tallyman at the Ancient. -2 for 3. That is enough. Yep. And then I'm going to charge Bell Guy at the Ancient as well. Also -2. So 6 becomes 4. Yeah. He's within 5 inches, so he is in. We are going to summarise these. There's going to be a lot of dice rolls. We will tell you how everything works though. Okay, this combat here, I'm going to do a little bit of summarising and then George is going to explain some of the rules the Death Guard use so you guys know how they operate. George started going first and he fought with this Poxwalker squad over here against the Black Knights. I don't think he really did much. Then I spent my last 2 command points to let Samael attack out of sequence and I put those attacks on Typhus, doing a total of 2 wounds to him. I pretty much knew I was going to get wiped out over there with all those characters charging in. Luckily the Librarian has survived.
I said this when I did it, and I thought this through when I did it. Charging them in, I knew they were all going to die, but I wanted to do it so A, you guys could see what the Death Guard could do, because if I kept him at arm's reach, you'd never see them in combat, and that's where they are quite powerful. So I just had to answer the door, and I just come back to see George moving my models a little bit.
Well, if you left your camera on, you'd know what I did.
That's how it rolls. So that happened, but yeah, I wanted you guys to see, so I know it wasn't a very good play. In fact, it was a stupid play, but
it's gone really well for you, John.
It allows you to see at least what's happening, and it has made the game a bit more. I think if I kept doing my thing, it would be a bit more one-sided.
Yeah, it wouldn't have been the most interesting spectacle.
No.
I don't think it would have been as one-sided as John hopes it would have been.
Would have been.
You'd have killed a lot of poxwalkers with shooting.
They're the main power force in your army, aren't they? Let's be honest. They're what's really carrying you.
Yeah.
So George, do you want to talk through what you did?
Yeah,
or your abilities and stuff?
Yeah, so the bloat drones have been like a bit ineffective. I put a couple more wounds on this flyer. So a bit annoyed not to kill anything over there. But then the main combat here went pretty well. So there's quite a lot of sort of synergy between all the different units, which I'm still struggling to get my head around. But the Tallyman's giving a bubble of reroll to hits, which I remembered halfway through the phase, so that was handy. One of the auras, which Typhus doesn't have, but you can give to your other warlords, gives you reroll to wound with your plague weapons, which affects a lot of stuff. You can get the rerolls to hit on from the Demon Prince. There's all this stuff sort of adds up. And I also threw a Blaze of Putrefaction on Typhus, if you remember, which gives him a bonus to his wound rolls, and then on a 7+, so a 6 to wound rolled on the dice, he does an additional mortal wound. So that really helped him. I think he did 10 wounds to Samael in the end, so absolutely smashed him off the table. And then between the Demon Prince with some rerolls and the Poxwalkers, they killed off this Black Knight unit. Bell Guy killed off the Ancient, again just with a few rerolls helping him out there, and that sorted that combat out. So at the end of the phase, just to add a little bit of insult to John's injury, I think we've got to take some more rolls to see who takes mortal wounds for fun and games. So,
cool.
So it's just the 6 from the Bell. I don't think I've got anything else. No, there will be another one at the start of the turn, which is the fun one.
Points for George, no prisoners. He managed to kill, well, he got up to, he gets D3. So
yeah,
D3.
I think I killed 3 units exactly.
Roll out here.
It's outside Guybrush. Is it going to count?
Fine, yeah. We'll let it count.
For 2?
For 2, cool. So he goes up to 4 on that. Then we have defend objective 3, which you're not getting.
Yeah, I will chuck defend 3.
Okay, so you go up to 4 because of that. That goes under here. Then defend 3, you discard.
Yeah, I'm going to throw that.
And you keep that. You haven't secured that, have you?
No, I don't think I will.
At
but
least there's 7 disgustingly resilient.
You never know.
Okay, we'll move over to Dark Angels turn 3. Turn 3 for the Dark Angels, we have Hold the Line, Area Denial, and we still have Kingslayer. So, which I might discard at the end of the turn, because I'm beginning to doubt it's going to happen. I moved these 3 units back here to hide behind line of sight so they can't get shot at, and they're -1 to hit as well, just in case. But they are giving me Hold the Line. Area Denial I already have, we measured out the middle point here. They're out of 6, but not out of 12, so I get just 1 victory point for that. All of the flyers over there have dropped into hover mode, and they have split up to kind of make George pick a direction. If I kept them all together, he could just go in one direction, but hopefully it will split his forces a tiny bit. And over in this corner, we have that squad of bikers just there. They're just hanging out.
It's all about the points now, kids.
Indeed, it really is. And then the librarian just down here has fallen back out of combat. He can still do psychic powers if he falls back, can't he? It just says no shooting.
Correct.
Cool, so we're going to move over to the psychic phase. He is going to cast Smite, and the closest unit is the Poxwalker unit. Smite, closest unit is Poxwalkers, goes off with 8.
Denying with Demon Prince. No.
Fails, D3 mortal wounds. 2 disgusting resilient saves.
1 is
passes,
resilient.
1 fails, 1 dies. Next up, and I'm going to cast Aversion onto the Demon Prince for 9. Nicely done.
Deny with Typhus. He does not.
So basically, he is -1 to hit. Shooting. Dark Talon over there is going to fire its rift cannon into the Hellbrute in front of it.
Yeah.
And then all its hurricane bolters into the blight or bloat drone on 2 wounds.
Okay. Remember, you're on BS pants.
I'm aware. Don't you worry.
Just checking.
So he is hitting on 5s. But it goes up by 1.
Nice.
He's hitting on 4s. These are hurricane bolter shots, by the way. Hitting on 4s.
not your rift cannon, no.
And then wounding on toughness.
5s.
5s, fine. Okay, 2 wounds.
3 up arm save.
Fine. And then the second bunch of hurricane bolters, because he's in rapid fire range. Hit on 4s.
John, this is John's new tactic for like staying calm and on point, is
5s.
sitting down while he plays.
I used to do this in tournaments because it makes me think straight. My head goes all over the place.
To be fair, I've forgotten so many rules.
Should have been sitting down.
And you haven't, so...
D3 for rift cannon.
Oh, like a boss. It's because he's sitting down.
Hitting on 5s. None. Next one, over here.
Bosh.
Rift cannon, and... No, rift cannon into this. 18.
Yep.
Hurricane bolters into the caster.
Yeah.
So hurricane bolters, is he within 12 inches? Can't remember if I put him in.
No.
Cool. Okay, so it's just 12 shots.
Should be from the base. He is.
He is. Okay. Oh, sorry. That Poxwalker's dead. Right.
This is also a new tactic of John's.
Knock over his models.
Yeah.
Okay, they have hit, and then wounding on toughness 4 or 5.
He's toughness 5, I'm pretty sure.
Wounding on 5s in that case.
Yep.
That makes a difference of 1. A lot of 6s.
Nice.
There you go. All those saves,
here's
please,
T5.
George.
So looking for some 3 up armor saves.
Yeah.
It's not enough. Disgusting resilient. No, so he takes 2. I think that leaves him on 2.
Cool. Next batch of hurricane bolter shots from the same model. Here is obviously the closest. He's a character hitting on 2s, and then wounding on 5s.
Whoop.
Hey, another 3 wounds.
That's enough.
3 plus. Failing 1, and then
It's not enough
disgustingly
anymore.
resilient.
No. 1
and
left.
Then my rift cannon is going on the blight drone. D3 outside of Guybrush. 3 quads. 3 hitting on 3s.
It's definitely hit. Yeah.
Strength 10, wounding on 3.
No.
Oh.
Ping.
No.
No. Sad face.
And then over here we have the last one who is going to fire. Oh, I need to check. This one here is going to fire its hurricane bolters into these Poxwalkers, and its rift cannon into that bloat drone. Rift cannon for D3 shots. 2. Hitting on, his ballistic skill is reduced, so he's hitting on 5s. 2.
Nice.
Strength 10, wounding on 3s.
Oh, those rift cannons have not been your friends.
They haven't been that great, I'll be honest.
No, that's...
Okay.
I'm really sad for you.
Hurricane bolter shots, +1s, they're hitting on 3s. Hitting on 3s.
Hit on 3s, they all hit.
And then wounding on 4s, because these ones don't have plus. So, these are the misses. That's not that great.
I think
that was 3.
I think you turned 1 over, yeah.
I did.
This is on Poxwalkers,
Yeah,
so disgusting resilient. 2R, 1 isn't.
So 1 dies. Cool. The librarian can't shoot. Everything else is hiding.
Like wimps.
That's it. My turn is over. I have no assaults to declare or anything like that. So
what have you scored, John?
We have scored. It's quite a quick turn, really, isn't it?
Yeah, it makes change.
Yeah. We have secured Hold the Line, and we have secured Area Denial. I'm going to discard Kingslayer. So we are now up to 4 victory points, making it an even 4-4. Death Guard, turn 3, 4 objectives. We have Defend Objective 5, Secure 4, and Disgusting disgusting words. Secure Objective 4 is there. Obviously, George got that. Defend Objective 5 is 2 turns, currently over there. Yeah. So we'd have to wait until the end of my turn to see if he gets that one, which he will, because I can't get him off of it. That's it. In terms of your movement, George, do you want to talk us through what you've done and why?
Yeah, so clearly these flyers are basically what I'm worried about, as you can probably work out. So it's trying to see if I can do all 3 at once. Nothing like trying to do 3 things at once and succeeding in none of them, but I think just to wrap this game up, I need to throw a few 6s. Let's have a go. So I've moved the 3 fetid bloat drones to deal with this one. He's on the most wounds. He's probably going to be my biggest challenge.
He's on 10 still.
Yeah, so he's full wounds. So I've got to get him off the board. This guy over here, he's on 5. So basically the Demon Prince is going to have a crack on his lonesome. Could do it.
Yeah.
It's probably the least likely, but we'll have a crack. This guy's on 1 wound. So I've done a bit of clever manoeuvrings, but putting these 2 psychers closer to that flyer than anything else. So I'm going to try and smite it off the board.
I can't deny it either.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, no, I can.
Yeah, you can, yeah. And I've left the Hellbrute here without moving it, so that'll give me the option of fire frenzying again with my last command point to try and shoot this guy up. So, reasonably confident. That's probably the one I'll struggle with. We'll see how it goes. And otherwise, I've pushed the Poxwalkers out to get some table position. I've moved these 2 guys normally so that they can shoot their plasma pistols at that librarian. And I've moved one of the casters onto 5, and we'll see how that goes. Yeah.
Psychic phase.
Psychic phase. So first up, Demon Prince is casting Smite. It's going to hit that flyer. Smite coming in hot. No, it's not.
Good.
Nice.
Good.
So I'm then going to cast Smite on the Red Coast. No, I'm not. I'm going to cast Miasma of Pestilence, which is the -1s to hit on these guys.
Yeah.
That casts on 10.
Have it.
I'm going to cast Smite, which is going to hit that flyer.
Yeah.
Which goes off on 9.
He's definitely dead if I don't roll.
Yep.
Let's do it. Oh!
Doesn't
I need
beat
to
it.
beat you. I need to beat you. No, fire's removed.
So he's dead.
Pass it over here. Thank you very much.
So that's gone well for me.
Yes, it has.
I then got Typhus, has still got some skills, so he's going to cast Putrescent Vitality on
Poxwalkers?
Poxwalkers. Which one? I'm going to put it on the same unit. That goes off massive, huge, 11. And then he's going to cast Smite, which I think now is going to hit the...
That's definitely
That's left.
Yeah.
It's the Librarian. His other spell would be Gift of Contagion. Yeah, no, I will do a Smite. So that casts for D3.
It's 2. So he's down to however many wounds. I'll double check. What's up next?
That is it for the Psychic phase. I'm not going to risk casting anything with my other Psychic because he's on 1 wound.
Okay, shooting phase. What have you got to shoot?
Okay, so I'm going to Fire Frenzy the Hellbrute for my last command point.
Okay.
However, get it back on a 7 still. No. So they are all gone. Last command point spent. Bosh. So here we got 4 las cannons smashing into this guy. Missing an awful lot. They are all miss. Wow.
Wait, I'm not flying, I'm in hover mode.
All the 3 hits.
Yes, it does.
Hurrah. Wounding on a 3. Yep. -4.
Can't save it.
D6 for 6.
Oh, he's down to 4 wounds.
Oh.
That's not good.
2 missiles.
Not a fan of that.
1 hits.
Yeah.
Wounding on a 3. You get a 6 up on this, I think.
Long shot.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh, the long shot paid off.
So you got 4 wounds left. That's gone well.
That's
That's
also
also gone well.
Dice have gone. There
I
you
think
go.
they're over here. So there's 4 on him. Right, I've then got Fetid Bloat Drones. So one of them's quite badly wounded, so I'll do the 2 that aren't. 10, 15, 5. It's strength 6. So I think I need 4s. John, is that right? Toughness 6.
Toughness is 6, yeah.
So that is for 8 wounds for John with a -1.
4 plus, yeah.
4 plus.
Dead.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Boom. Does it explode or something?
Oh yeah, on a 6 it does. 6. Yes! Explodes.
How big is the explosion?
I don't know, I need to double check. So that one that just exploded over there, units within 6 inches, which is that one.
Yeah.
D3 mortal wounds.
So it's going to hit the character I've put onto secure objective 5.
Yeah.
So for D3,
for 1.
Disgustingly resilient.
Okay, please.
On a 5.
Please fail, please fail.
Oh, he's dead.
Which means you haven't got, or you're not going to get defend. You have to wait till your next turn.
Yeah, I'm not going to get on it this turn.
Nice.
John, you've also finally killed a unit of mine.
Ah, yes,
it's the first unit.
Also, that one could have exploded on a 6.
Yeah!
Oh! D3 mortal wounds.
On the Hellbrute.
For 2.
For 2.
He's down to 3 wounds.
3 left.
Nice.
Wow, that's annoying.
Okay, and over
you
here.
You can have that though, mate.
Cheers, appreciate that.
Right, that's it for those shooting. So I've got 2 plasma pistols coming in on the Librarian from these 2 characters here.
Yeah.
They are hitting on 3s, wounding on 3s, 2 -3.
6 up, saves. No.
Nope.
2 wounds.
2
How
wounds.
many to do pops? 1 wound?
Just 1. I probably should have overcharged them, but I didn't.
Down to
So
1.
there we go. The Plague Marine's going to fire his plasma gun normal. Oh. Yep. Double tap.
Oh.
2 hits.
Yeah.
1 wound. 1 6 up save.
5.
Strength 7. Plasma gun.
Wow. Oh, plasma. Oh.
Dead.
Done.
Alright, shooting. That leaves just the assault phase. So my Dim Prince is charging the flyer, which is going to overwatch.
For 1. 6. No. Hurricane bolt shots.
Used up your 6s on the explodes table, mate.
6s. So 3. Winning on 5s.
Winning on 5s.
1 wound.
2 up. Fast.
And then again 6s. 6s.
2.
Yeah. 5s. 1.
2 up. Lives.
Fine. See if he's in.
I think I need about
3 or 4. Yeah, he's in. We might as well roll it on camera.
Yeah, so he's -1 to hit, isn't he, because of your psychic power?
Yes.
So Doom Prince is hitting on 2s, would be normally 2s, so it's 3s because of John's psychic power that he used on me.
Aversion, I think it was, yeah.
Yeah, and he's strength 7, so it's wounding on 3s. That's gone well. Not a plague weapon, so 4 wounds at -2.
Failing all of them.
And they're 2 damage each.
He's dead.
Does he blow up?
On a 6, he does. 6. Yeah.
No, they've all blown up. D3. For 3. Disgusting resilient. All failed, so he's down to 3 wounds.
Secured objective 4.
Secured 4, and I'm going to throw away Disgusting Devotion. Sorry, Nurgle, but I'm not going to get it.
Fair enough. Okay, moving on to turn 4 for the Dark Angel. Turn 4, we have Psychological Warfare, which I'm going to discard at the end. Secure objective 4, cannot discard. George will steal from me. Behind enemy lines, which I have already because there's a unit behind, so I will be getting that, taking me up to 5 VPs. In terms of my movement, very, very simple because I haven't got much left because I did that move earlier, which I now am starting to regret, even though I did it for the good of the game. These guys have moved out and they are all going to shoot at the Poxwalkers, and these guys up here have stayed there so that they can claim me behind enemy lines. Hitting on 4s is -1. Wounding on 5s.
Toughness 5.
1 wound.
And 1
5
Disgusting
plus.
Resilient. No.
And then the next batch of 3 also firing at the Poxwalkers. Hitting on 4s because of -1. Wounding on 5s because they are +1 toughness. 1 wound, 1 Disgusting Resilient. No, 1 dies, and the heavy bolter moved, so hitting on 5s, 6, it doesn't really matter, hit. And then wounding on, wounds on a, no, would have been a 4.
Forced wound, yeah.
So nothing. At the end of my turn, I have secured behind enemy lines for 1 victory point, taking me up to 5. I'm discarding Psychological Warfare, and George will be taking Secure Objective 4 from me in the next turn. So we will move over to Death Guard turn 4. In terms of objectives for turn 4 for Death Guard, Psychological Warfare, very, very, very unlikely, almost not going to happen at all. In fact, it can't. Death Begets Life, which is a cool one George was talking about earlier, and Defend Objective 5. Obviously, he will, if he's smart, take Secure Objective 4 from me. Additionally, earlier we hadn't added an additional victory point for Slay the Warlord, so he is now up to 6 victory points in total, and I'm on 5. George, movement, what have you done?
Okay, so pretty predictable. I've moved towards the Death Guard. I've made sure I've sat
Towards the Ravenwing?
Oh, whatever. Towards the Dark Angels. I've made sure I sit on objective 4 over here, so I nicked that with my lone Plague Marine champion.
Ah, the one I left alive.
The single man. I've put my Demon Prince over there for an early look at Line Breaker. Just
getting there.
Yeah, and then I've moved 1. I am nerd here. I nearly put the 2 wound one on the objective 5, and I thought it's just not worth it. So I've left 1 behind, moved the other 2 up to try and bust these guys out of this corner for trying to deny John Linebreaker. And then everything else is moved up.
Sorry. Cool. Psychic phase.
Psychic phase. So nice and easy. I've got 2 I'm going to try and cast. So both going on this small unit here. Putrescent Vitality. This is coming from red guy, if I remember correctly. No, he fails. And this is coming from Typhus.
Oh, sorry, what have we got?
6. So this is Miasma of Pestilence, which is the -1 to hits. That's gone off on the Poxwalkers.
Cool. Shooting phase.
Shooting phase. So I think the only thing that's in range is my Hellbrute, which is going to shoot at the Dark Shroud.
Does he have any minus to hit, or does he not suffer any minuses?
So he doesn't suffer any minuses for moving, but he is -1 because of your Dark Shroud, as I understand it.
Yes.
Yeah, so 2 las cannons hitting on missing,
Right.
and 1, I don't know if that's in shot.
Yeah, it is,
one missile launcher hitting on a 4,
No.
also misses. That was good. No charges, end of the phase.
End of the turn.
End of the turn.
Cool.
So
in terms of points, you have secured objective 4. You've stolen it from me, essentially.
I have.
Taking you up to a total of 7. And have we secured any other ones?
No. So I'm going to throw Death Begets Life.
Cool. Okay, we should go over to Dark Angels, turn 5.
Yeah.
Okay, turn 5, Dark Angels, Witch Hunter. Not going to happen, going to discard that at the end. Defend objective 6, secure objective 2. So, 6 is here. I told that for my turn and to the end of George's turn. What was the other one? Secure objective 2 is there. I have advanced those guys just through the middle. They are on it.
Very Ravenwing.
It stops George getting it and it gets it for me. Probably a sacrifice, but hey ho. Over here, these guys have moved, so they're out of range of these guys' ability. We're on turn 5, so if the turn ends, it gives me Linebreaker. They're safe for at least a turn. So yeah, that's basically it. In terms of shooting, there isn't really much. So the only thing that can really shoot, that hasn't, well, these guys can shoot, but I think they're out of range of everything. I'll double check, but these guys can shoot, and they're going to shoot the Poxwalkers. The wrong hit. 3s. We're winning on 4s. 2 disgusting and resilient saves.
Nope.
2 die.
Cool.
That is the end of my turn. I have secured objective 2, taking me up to 6. We need to hold defend objective 5.
Well, I score.
Sorry, defend objective 6. Oh, you scored defend objective 5.
I scored defend 5 now.
So you go up to 9. That disappears. And I'm discarding Witch Hunter just in case it goes on. So, moving on to Death Guard, turn 5.
Turn 5.
Death Guard, turn 5, Death March, Assassinate, Psychological Warfare. Death March is a Death Guard specific. If you have 3 Death Guard infantry units within my half, that's half of the board, you get a victory point.
Oh, it's infantry. Oh no, because the characters
are... yeah, they're infantry as well, aren't they?
Yeah.
So yeah, you've done it.
Yeah.
In terms of movement, do you want to talk us through what you've done?
Yeah, so I've moved, I advanced both just to be sure, but I actually need to do one. Poxwalkers up to... I think they actually hold the objective over you because they're OBSEC, but either way it's contested, so it stops John scoring 6.
Yeah.
The character's going to put some whoop ass on this unit here for messing with my cunning plans. And
so psychic phase.
Yeah, I'm finally going to cast Curse the Leper.
Yeah.
Which is going, it'll hit that unit on a 6, I think needs a 7. Nope, so fail, don't cast that. We're going to do a smite here. No, we're not.
Fails.
And he'll do his gift of... Oh, it doesn't really matter. I'll do a smite here. Passes for D3. It's 2.
On here?
It's no, closest unit.
Ah, of course, sorry.
Just it's two wounds. 2 wounds.
Oh, of course, they got 2 wounds of pop.
Yeah, boy. Yeah, boy. There's a couple other things I could do, but I don't think it's going to matter too much, so we'll leave it. Okay, shooting phase. Hellbrute, Dark Talon, Las Cannons, both miss. It was all going so well, Hellbrute. Missile launcher misses.
You love 2s.
He's not my friend anymore.
Yeah.
The 2 bloat drones here in range, so 2d6 is 5, and the second guy gets 4, so that's 9. And that is strength 6.
Putting on 3s.
That many?
Yeah. What's my save? -1?
-1, so 4s.
1, 2, 3,
Dead.
4. Dead.
Wasted effort. Okay, and I think the final thing to do is see if I can put old Demon Princey in. I think we need a 7. We'll double check it. You've got...
No. Nothing. See if he's in. No.
6. I think that's going to be short.
You need an 8.
I think I needed... Yeah. So that is probably that, I think.
Cool. In terms of objectives, you have secured Death March for an additional victory point.
Yeah.
Taking you up to a total of 10. We are going to call the game now. We won't roll to see if it goes on because it'll just keep going Death Guard, Death Guard. So yeah, we'll have a bit of a debrief. GG, George.
Yes,
GG.
that was 11-7. Cheers, mate.
Very good game. Oh, wait. The virtual handshake. Cool. So, the game is done.
It is done.
It was 11-7?
11-7.
With line breaker.
With line breaker at the end.
Included. There's one thing I want to talk about.
There is.
The what?
There is.
The Riz.
No, there is.
Oh, I thought it said the Ritz.
No, mate.
There is. So
Yeah.
the main thing I want to sort of highlight, that there was one decision that I think, which I knew because I said it at the time, but was a big factor in me losing that.
John's making excuses.
I knew that if I gave you those units, I knew they'd die.
Yeah.
And I knew they'd die quickly, and they did die quickly.
I think that's what's more important, and what you guys might sort of get into in the comments, is John reckoned if he didn't do that, he was on for tabling.
I thought I might table George.
Yeah.
In hindsight, now, I wouldn't have tabled you.
No.
Because he is very resilient, disgustingly so.
Disgustingly resilient.
However, I think I would have killed more of your stuff, and I think I would have been in a better place. Whether you still would have won off of victory points, looking at the cards that came up, I think probably you would have done.
I think it would have been really close.
It would have been closer.
It would have perhaps been a bit less interesting to watch, because it would have been John doing a lot of running away.
Yep.
I would have kept it so basically he spent his whole time shooting poxwalkers.
Yep.
So it kind of then had come down to...
It would have been boring.
It would have been less interesting.
And you wouldn't have seen... So the Death Guard are a combat that are an army that excel in close combat, right?
Yeah, I never would have got there with those core units.
Yeah,
so.
and you wouldn't have seen it. And the main purpose of this batrep is so that you can see the
So I guess what you're trying to say is you did it
for the good of the people.
You did it for the people.
Yeah, for the peasants watching.
I didn't say peasants.
Completely ruined it.
Just
realised, one sec, this light's off.
Oh.
I mean, I've got to have my beauty light.
Oh, that's better.
Better. There you go. Bam. So, yeah. I mean, that change was big.
Should we park that?
Yes, parked. Done.
So yeah. So that happened. John lost. Anything else you want to talk about?
No. So I mean, Dark Angel's been on before. We've talked about that list. So I don't think there's anything to talk about. It works. It's quite straightforward. So it's more to talk about the Death Guard. This is about them anyway.
Yeah, that's
true. So
true.
what are your opinions, being that this is the first game you played with them?
Yeah, so I was looking forward to what's his foot doing?
Is it in the way?
I was looking forward to like getting them on the table, particularly new codex. There's a lot of interest, lots of excitement going on around sort of the internet and everywhere else really. So yeah, so it's fun. So I sort of said at the beginning, I really wanted to get some of those sort of stratagems into play. Managed to do that. That was quite good. Losing first turn as ever was sort of a bit annoying. So I ended up taking a lot of damage on that Plague Marine unit, which I was trying to avoid. So that was a bit of a shame because they never really got into the game. And I wanted to sort of see what some of their other weapon options and their close range stuff did. But Celebi, so didn't get to use much of that bit. But actually those little characters, when I started getting the hang of remembering all the different rules, getting all the re-rolls going, that was good fun. And yeah, they were pretty solid, even particularly getting those buffs off, the spells on the Maelstrom of Pestilence, the Putrescent Vitality on the Poxwalkers. Like -1 to hit, toughness 5.
Makes them tough.
You were not shifting those quickly.
What's the biggest squad of Poxwalkers you can have?
20, yeah.
Ah, okay, fair enough.
So yeah, you can't go proper huge with them, but that's still pretty big. And they're 120 points for 20 of them, so they're not particularly expensive.
That's good.
So they're pretty resilient. So yeah, they were pretty good.
They actually did, because I suppose they have quite a few attacks. In combat, they did quite a bit of damage. I don't know if you just rolled well.
Yes, they got 2 each. They got the plague weapons, so
reroll into wounds.
Yeah, reroll 1s normally, but then there's some you get the interaction of some of the auras and buffs, so you can improve that.
Okay.
Yeah, and I think the rerolling to hits from the Tallyman, all that stuff when it added up, they did put out. It wasn't loads of wounds, but it was just a few here and there. But I think the single best thing was just the amount of mortal wounds that were just ticking over in close range. Because I think in the end, that Black Knight squad, although Typhus and the Demon Prince did most of the heavy lifting, I think they took something like 6 or 7 mortal wounds in the end, just from all those different abilities. And if I'd been a bit better at employing that would have been potentially a few more, with the Plague Marines and stuff. So it's something I've noticed in another game is actually because you've got that aura ability off the Lords of Contagion and Typhus, beginning your turn of 4+. The more units you get in there, the more you get out of that, and you've got all those little characters.
Yeah.
So so you get all those characters in. They're all of them are reasonably, they're okay in combat, but actually each of those is another 4-up roll for the unit. So it's it all sort of adds up, and that's kind of the way the codex works, really.
Yeah. I was a bit worried that there'd be, so it does seem that the way that there's power creep in codexes is mortal wounds, or it seems that it could go that way, whereby to make an army more powerful, because you've got minus AP, is just to ignore all saves and give people loads of mortal wounds. So Grey Knights had access to it, which is why they're a lot better now. You have some abilities that allow Death Guard to do it. And yeah, it is a fair amount of mortal wounds, but at the same time, you have to get really close to do that. Like, if I wasn't in close combat with you, if I stayed at a bit of range, I don't need to worry about it at all.
Only smite. That would have been what I'd have been smiting you.
Smite would have done, but not from those other aura abilities, the 4+ one.
No. So all of that's really close range. Yeah.
So it's not too bad because it works in a specific way. It's not just like wounds off all the time. So yeah, it's not too bad. But MVP? Any? Who do you think has the most potential as a unit? Obviously, just a side note, Mortarion is coming to the channel. Give it like 2 or 3 weeks, and he'll be facing off.
He'll be up. Soon.
He's facing off against Guilliman, so make sure you press subscribe, press the little bell icon as well. And it means you'll see that batrep. That's going to be a really good one.
Looking forward to that. Yeah.
I assume when you play Mortarion, he will be the MVP. But knowing that he wasn't here.
Yeah. So out of the stuff I took, I think the Demon Prince. I find that's just a really flexible model, and the movement really helps. Typhus got into combat, and he just the same as the Lords of Contagion. No, high strength, high AP, and then the guaranteed 3 wounds a hit with all the plague and all the rest of those rules is just like. So that was really good. The bloat drones. Every game I've played with them, they're really useful, fast, tough, like reliable damage output. So
because they have the speed, it allows the essentially flamer variant, the D6 hits, to be, or 2d6 hits a model, isn't it?
Yeah, they got 2 guns, D6 each.
Yeah, it allows that to be very effective.
Yeah, because you can advance them as well with no penalties. So they're 10 plus D6 inch movement when they're undamaged, which is they're pretty handy. So yeah, I was a bit disappointed with my Hellbrute. I like the whole concept. I got to Fire Frenzy it, I lined up. I think I did it twice actually. I lined it all up, and he just did not hit a bloody thing at the end.
It was unfortunate. I think that it is a very, very good model and a very good way of using it with the Fire Frenzy or whatever, but you just got unlucky. Unfortunately. Yeah, 4 wounds left on a flyer, and he did 3 with 4 las cannon shots. Very unlucky.
Anyway, so he didn't win for that reason. If I had to pick one, probably the Demon Prince. I just find him every time he's there. Good unit. Yeah, I've been looking at Demon Prince. Anyway, that's it for this video. Make sure you check out some of the other battle reports. Make sure you press subscribe, like, share, do anything you can to make more people aware of Visicast, because I think more people need to be aware of us. Yeah, come on. We're awesome.
The videos are slightly above average.
Above average.
Just above average. Yeah. But yeah, so thank you very much for watching, guys. Cheers.
See you again.